Now, Eddie is back in a new movie. It's called Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F, as in Foley. The Detroit detective returns to Beverly Hills after his daughter's life is threatened. He teams up with a new partner. That would be Detective Bobby Abbott, played by our next guest, actor Joseph Gordon-Levitt. In this clip, Detective Abbott meets Foley for the very first time.
Back to 90210.
Billy.
He's in trouble now.
What do you want from me?
I want you to be a cop again. You gotta do something. Axel, if you damage any city property...
We're very happy to say that Joseph Gordon-Levitt joins us now in the studio. Good to see you.
Really great to be here.
Really
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
I wonder what this was like. I picture you as a little kid watching Beverly Hills, and now you're starring next to Eddie Murphy. Is that kind of how it happened?
That's actually exactly how it happens. Very perceptive. No, because what I remember is my older brother was a huge Eddie Murphy fan. Do you guys have older siblings?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so do you remember how, like, everything your older sibling likes takes on a certain mystique? Yeah. It's like a little bit not allowed.
Yeah.
And, like, you understand it to a degree, but you also maybe don't understand all of it, but you just get wrapped up in, oh, my older brother's laughing at this.
It's special. It's kind of taboo.
Exactly. It's a little taboo. So that's what Eddie Murphy was for me on Saturday Night Live, his stand-up, and on movies like Beverly Hills Cop. So when this opportunity came across, being the new sidekick in the new Beverly Hills Cop movie, I was like, yes, please.
Yes. Put me in, Coach. I'm told we didn't have the right clip, Joseph, introducing you. Can we show the right clip now?
Okay.
Detective Foley. Detective Bobby Abbott.
Can you get me Taggart, please?
Chief Taggart? Pretty sure he's busy.
Can you tell him there's Axel Foley?
Okay, and how do you know the chief?
Well, this isn't my first time in Beverly Hills.
I saw that. Did you ever read your own file? This is a lot. Disturbing the peace, various shootouts, evading the police. This is from '84. Then there's one from '87. And then '94. Not your finest hour.
Taggart. Anybody here got eyes on Taggart? Want to talk to Taggart? Hey, you. Can you get me Taggart?
Trent, do not do that.
That one's polarizing.
Yeah, that was good.
But this is the thing. Listen, you're an accomplished actor when you were in this movie, so it's not like you're a rookie. But did it feel daunting to you to be working with Eddie Murphy?
Oh.
Working side by side as a co-star with him. I think that's so cool.
It's true. He's so iconic.
Yes.
I'll tell you, though, his vibe is really down to earth.
Very chill, right?
Yeah, some folks that are as, like, successful as him kind of need to always prove who they are and how big they are, and he's not that way in my experience. He's very kind of like, just chill, and we would hang out and talk about music or movies and then have a good time riffing on the comedy.
Well, the riffing is, I mean, because of his background in comedy, stand-up, sketches on SNL, he's known for ad-libbing a lot of lines.
Yes.
So as an actor, were there ad-libs in this, and then how did you handle it?
Oh, yeah, he makes stuff up constantly, and I really enjoy that, but I'm not the comedian that he is. But what I always felt like I needed to do was just send him back something very real. And he would like that, which would make him want to improvise more with me, because one of the things I think people love about Eddie Murphy's comedy is, as big and bombastic as his characters can sometimes be, there's always something very real about them. Even when he's in full prosthetic makeup and the Nutty Professor or whatever, you're like, you love that character because it feels like underneath all that comedy, there's a real person there. You're like, I know that person. I've seen people be that exact way. And he manages to take real life and make it bigger and funnier.
That's such a good observation.
Yeah, from a professional standpoint, what's one thing that you took away after sharing the set with Eddie during this movie?
That was the thing, what I was just talking about. The thing he was always pursuing, it was counterintuitive, was how can we make this real?
How can we make it real?
I think he would always be, how can we make this funny? But he wouldn't reach for the funny. The funny would kind of happen naturally.
That's really good.
And he would always be pursuing, like, no. We have to make sure this is still kind of real.
Authentic.
Well, you know, you said you didn't always reach for the funny, but the funniest scene, one of them, was a helicopter scene with you and Eddie Murphy. I don't want to give too much away, but I just thought that was hilarious.
That was
It's the way that thing is wobbling and dipsy and doodling. What was that scene like to shoot? That seemed like a lot of improvisation there. Improvisation,
that scene was almost all. Guys,
just a
it's
conversation
true.
back and
We're
forth.
just yelling at each other
Yeah.
in this crisis situation as the helicopter's about to crash. I mean, the first thing to say about that scene, though, is that helicopter, all those stunts, those
Yes.
are real. You watch a lot of action movies nowadays, you're watching computer-generated animation. But there was
It
a crazy
really was doing
stunt.
that.
Yes,
Wow,
this
wow.
helicopter pilot is insane. Now, I was not in the helicopter while it was doing that.
You know, got a cup of coffee, watch it on the screen. This guy's
Like,
amazing.
that guy's crazy. I'm glad I don't do that for him.
You were very good in this movie.
Thank you.
I can't wait for people to see it because it shows that franchise still lives. Sometimes when they come up with another one, you go, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's going to be. Were you pleased with it yourself?
Oh, it's such a crowd pleaser. And yeah, as a fan
Yes.
of Beverly Hills Cop, when I watch
deliver.
the finished thing, I'm like, oh, this is exactly what I wanted it to be. This
you
is
go.
giving me the good time I wanted.
It's been 25 years since 10 Things I Hate About You. What
my
comes to mind? One thing that comes to mind.
Yet one thing that comes to mind, I must be old. It's been 20
You were a baby face in that movie.
Well, that's true.
You
No,
still look young.
Still
You
a
know
big-
what? I once was talking with
such a
so my
classic.
wife was talking with her friend who was like, "Oh, Joe was so cute in that movie. What was he like, 10 or 11?" Like, I was 17.
Yeah, you look young. You're like Benjamin Button, man.
You still do.
You do.
Well, listen, we appreciate you for stopping by, man. You're such
Always
a talent.
Look at you at
Joseph
60
Gordon-Levitt.
looking so good.
You can see Beverly Hills Cop Axel F on Netflix July 3rd. It is so funny.
Yeah.
So watch it.
Very good.